Hey, what's up guys? The ranked 14 player in the world is charging through with a giant prince deck that has immense punishing potential. Most players are using Mini P.E.K.K.A for reliable damage or Night Witch to overwhelm the Dagger Duchess. But Prince is significantly more scary if you can remove distractions so his charge can get a quality connection. Bait cards will get bounced out of the game by the bowler, the bomber, and arrows. And when you tank for the Prince with the Evolved Knight and Giant and nothing can block it, it's bound to have its value soar. While your Giant Lightning and Evolved Bomber will leave your opponent sore with more sources of damage. It's cool seeing underplayed cards charge to the top of the meta. If you have one evolution, either work, but I would use the Evolved Knight. And you can always replace regular Bomber for Phoenix. So it's time for us to pony up, pierce our opponents, and assert dominance. And a huge pack of Prince love to everyone that's supporting the channel with creator code SirTag. All right, we got a game against Mr. Mark. It's time to mark up his towers. First play, we're gonna cycle the Bomber in the back. Generally, cycling the Bomber means that you can get to the evolution and get really good elixir trades after you get the second one on the map. So that's what our plan is right now. I'm gonna also go for the bowler as well, because when we see our opponent dropping a knight, we should be able to knock that back really reliably. I'm gonna cycle the Prince guaranteed in front of the tower to go and make sure that the goblins lock onto the Prince. If you guys don't know that interaction, you have to predict the Goblin Barrel in front of the tower if you want to stop the first goblin from locking on. And fortunately for us, the Prince has a lot of health, so he didn't die to the goblins, and he gobbled up the goblins for a pretty good trade. Also, maybe the bowler can be smart? Yes! Look at that bowler lining up and striking the tower. In the face of adversity, it is successful. It's an adventurer for sure. It's an S-class adventurer, if I had to say. The bowler really has the tank mentality. It's got the damage dealer mentality. It's got everything. It's like, I guess he's a solo leveler, if I could say, to be honest. Yeah, notice how I dropped the bowler a little bit later. The first goblin locked on my tower. That's not what you want to see ever. We're going to go for arrows here. It's okay. I was hoping he wouldn't go for the Tesla. I was thinking he would think that his skeletons would gobble everything up, but he played really safe there. Wait, why would you... I think we... Oh, no! He baited me with a bad play! How dare you do that to me, sir? How dare? Okay, that's not very fair. He's going to go in for the Goblin Drill off to the side. I wasn't able to make the prediction in the right spot with the Little Prince, and I take a lot of damage. It is what it is. That's not what we were hoping for, but it is what it happened. We're going to go in for the Little Prince ability, then bust through the Bomber, and maybe we can splash onto the tower. Yo, we force out arrows on a regular Bomber. That must feel horrible to be our homie here. Also, we force out the Evo Knight when he doesn't have the Goblin Drill down. So now he can't tank for the Goblin Drill for a century. That is exceptionally scary when that happens, because the Evolved Knight takes way less damage when it's moving. So then when the Goblin Drill pops and then your tower is targeting the freaking Knight, you can't kill the Knight, and the Goblins are just pounding you with all their might. Anyway, we're going to go in for the bowler here, and then I think we're okay because it shouldn't take that much damage. Meanwhile, we can set up our massive parade push. So our strategy is going for the Giant. I could go in for an Evolved Knight, but I really want to get a juicy Lightning here. Most people are not expecting this. The Lightning should be able to stomp that Tesla and also hit his Little Prince and force out even more elixir. Meanwhile, we can go in for a Bomber, splash onto his stuff, and then hopefully get a hit on the tower before he arrows us. He was going to arrows anyway, right? But the Tesla would have killed it. So he got baited super hard. Now we can go for an arrows of our own and make our opponent atone. Also, if you guys didn't know, cycling two bowlers like this is just bad news bears for almost every opponent. Because if the Dagger Duchess doesn't have enough daggers, she is going to get dragged down. It is so difficult to defend because the freaking bowler has so much health. It's tanking for a century, my dude. It's really, really stupid. And then we can just continuously pound away with even more elixir, because if you guys are noticing what's happening here, he has to drop stuff on the Little Prince, but then we can go in for a Lightning here. And we have the Giant in front of his tower. And even though he's got the best tower in the business, the Dagger Duchess, she doesn't have any way of cleaning up that Giant. She just doesn't have enough firepower left over. Oh, the bowler was so close. Yo, I'm actually just giving this guy a heart attack right now. That was insane. I thought we would have won right then and there, but I guess our mission on this game is just to troll our opponent a little bit longer. Also, we can defend pretty reliably with the arrows there, so then we can finish off the game with the Lightning. If you guys didn't know, I always like Lightning in here, in the inside corner, close to your opponent's King Tower. They always expect the Lightning in the back, so when you drop it in the front, most people aren't ready. And after destroying one of the most popular decks in the game, Goblin Drill, we've pushed up to 3,000 in the world. Yo, we're playing against a top 204 finisher in the world. Hopefully we can intercept your deck real quick and figure out what you're playing. Definitely want to go in for a Bomber in the back first play, and he's going to zap our tower. After seeing the Evolved Zap, it'll probably be either a Bridge Spam deck or some type of Beatdown deck. And after we see Baby Dragon, I think my suspicions are confirmed that we are playing against a beatdown deck here. So it's important for us to body block a little bit with the bomber so we don't take that much damage from the bowler and the bowler missing the baby dragon. Because unfortunately, the bowler can't shoot up. So he's going to have Inferno Dragon, unfortunately for us. Inferno Dragon and Baby Dragon makes me feel like we're probably playing against someone with a Lumberjack Balloon Freeze deck, which is a bit different for us. Oh, wow, he Lava Hounds like that. Okay, going to be an adventurous game for sure. I think it's in our best interest to go in for a Little Prince on top of his... I think that kills because I'm pretty sure the Dagger Duchess on the other side helps out. Nice. If the Little Prince died, that would have been horrible for me. I played that in the perfect position. Wait. Stop the miner. No! Yes! No freaking way! He's so tilted he can't even emote. Because our Little Prince is still alive somehow. The 1 HP hero. This is pure magic. Pure bliss. And I think there's a lot for our opponent to miss. There's no way that it's still alive. What the heck? Let's pop through with the ability. I think it still gets the ability down, right? No! It replenished the elixir, though, so I'm glad that it refunded me. If you guys are unaware of how the mechanic works, it takes like 3 seconds in game of not spending elixir for your elixir to get refunded from the ability. So if you don't drop cards, you will get refunded faster, at least until they fix the bug. So yeah, that's how it works. If you drop a champion ability, it doesn't go down. It takes a little bit of time for it to get back in your hand. So what do? We go for a lightning here. I feel like this is the only reasonable play, but also not a play that we want to do today. We do shatter the dragons, and I know for a fact he's going to Lava Hound with this. He has to. Like, forced to. Wait, he doesn't even do it in front? He just lets the dragons expire? Yo, this guy must be massively tilted now. We're able to follow through the Prince, and then go in for the Bomber, and then Evo Knight in the middle. Reason why we Evo Knight in the middle is because we did not predict that. I didn't predict that. I can't believe that just worked. So, yeah, we were just kind of casually trying to get a good trade, and I didn't expect it to work that well. Now I can Little Prince prioritize the Baby Dragon. Oh, wait, please don't make a prediction. He made a prediction. He's feeling fancy on me. He's feeling fancy. But we pushed the miner off. Yo, he's going to have to Fireball now. He loses the Baby Dragon, right? Could have been a lot better for us, but, you know, it is what it is. We're going to follow through with the Prince, and then we're going to go for a Giant. And I bet you he goes in for Barbarians. Maybe we can blast through those and then lock into the tower with the Bomber. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Give me that damage. That's insane that we got that amount of value. How many chessboards has this guy broken this game? He's moted a lot. He's a furious and angry Andy. GG and well played and peace out. We'll jump on the next game, infuriating every opponent we match into. And after that Evo Bomber handing us a free win, we got to swap out the Dagger Duchess for the Princess Tower for the free-to-play friendly version of the deck. This guy finished number 32 in the world. We have a wild game ahead. So first play, definitely going to go and cycle the Knight. We don't have many anti-air defenses, so we preserve our Little Prince as much as we possibly can. Playing against a ranked 36 player is ridiculous. What is Clash Royale cooking? So if we're playing against someone all the way from Vegas, we might have a home turf advantage right now. I'm kind of a clown, and I feel like this is more of a clowny arena. This guy is going to be dropping, I guess, skeletons and a lot of fast cycle cards. I don't think it's going to be a Lava Hound deck, so I can get away with cycling my Little Prince here. Also, his Little Prince just got bopped by our Prince. I guess that's why we were the regular Prince. We're superior in every way. Also, the fact that he has no Dagger Duchess is really appealing to me. I usually don't see that. Most of the time, whenever we play games in Clash Royale at higher ladder or against good players, they all run Dagger Duchess. So maybe he's just trying to give us a bit of an advantage here. Maybe he's just trying to be a chivalrous sir. I can go for a Knight in front, and I think this is okay. Having a Knight tank for the Giant means I'm able to beat out a little bit more elixir. Then I can go for a Lightning on top of his Knight, kill his Knight, and kill his Mortar. This is what we were looking for. That's huge value. I could arrows, but I think it's better for us to go for the Evolved Bomber, lock onto his Little Prince by hitting the Guardian. I think this might even hit the tower too. That's huge. He even went for a Royal Delivery, and it still wasn't enough to stop it. He takes so much damage there, and that's why Evolved Bomber is the best card in Clash Royale. Even against a top-ranked 36 player in the world, sometimes when they've got good answers, they won't have enough elixir for it. Because the Evolved Bomber costs 2, arrows and Royal Delivery costs 3, and if they're already on defense on the back foot, they'll be just scrambling to get that 3 elixir while you have the 2 elixir already on the field. So, kind of fun to be able to do that. Also, you already know I can't continuously apply pressure here, unfortunately. Reason is, our opponent is going to possibly go in for an aggressive play, and I don't want to be caught with less elixir when our opponent does that. When we have an advantage, it's important to get further and further ahead instead of just overcommitting and spamming like a giant plus evolved knight at the river, unless your opponent has dagger duchess. And then, you know, you can kind of reasonably assume that that's an okay play. If we get lightning on top of it, oh, I thought we were going to hit the guardian, or we were going to be able to hit the little prince before it popped the ability. And neither of those worked out. So he is showcasing really good timing on his end. That was super smart from him. I remember he's going to have poison, so I think it's better for us just to let that lock onto the tower, go in for the little prince, pop the ability, kill the skeletons, and also preserve the little prince, because I know that I can't really defend against this very effectively. So I have to do our best here by going in for a giant. Also, possibly being able to kill this with the little prince is all we really need. I know that the goblins will eventually die. Now we can go for the prince. Now we can start to apply with a lot of pressure. We're definitely going for a lightning on the little prince here as well. I think that this will seal his fate. There's no way he's stopping these skeletons are just going to get destroyed by arrows. He's going to go skellies, right? He has to. He's flexing the ultimate emote. He knows he's a phenomenal player. I mean, hey, if you finish number 34 in the world, you can flex that emote all you want. We got the 20-win emote. It's not as exclusive as you can see from him flexing the 20-win emote too, but we just beat one of the best players in the world. Even though our overpowered deck definitely helped us capture the win, the feeling is still pretty good. Shout out to the Evolved Bomber getting us wins that we don't deserve. This guy's riding through with the Headless Prince banner, so it's only fitting that we start off the match with Little Prince. I know that it's the wrong decision because if our opponent has Lovehound, we feel foolish. But you can't cycle Bowler in the back first play, and I am so ambitious with my prospects of taking tower early and also just being really aggressive. But I guess this guy's got me beat. He actually drops his Golem first play at the river. What a wild child. Anyway, we do want to eviscerate that Night Witch so that we can get an easy arrows here. We're also cycling our bomber off to the side. I don't know if I need... No, I'm going to arrows. I'm going to arrows. I'm not going to lose the game here. I'm not losing the game to that. Holy bro. Every ounce of his elixir was dropped on offense. He had nothing to squeeze on defense. My man was trying to pulverize me to a pulp. So I wonder if we can go and get some positive elixir trades with the giant at the river. The interesting thing about his deck is we've seen him cycle a lot of aggressive cards and nothing like elixir collector, nothing to get an advantage. He just risks it for the biscuit and goes all in with his big bag of rocks. So if that's what his strategy is going to be, I think we have to go for the prince on the right-hand side. It's unfortunate that our tower doesn't kill a bomber like a dagger duchess would, but it's fine because we can lightning on top of the electro dragon. And remember, he doesn't seem like he's got elixir collector, so if I make that play, I'm not going to get punished for it. Also, do you guys think he pops the ability? There's no doubt he does. He has to. He's one of them. He's going to pop the ability right in my face. He's going to think that he's going to get value. Oh, wait. Really? Huh? This is the first time the guy hasn't done the most aggressive play he possibly could. Wow, has he learned defense in the span of 2 seconds? That's insane. All right, well, really easy arrows value. We got to snag that. Unfortunately, the Electro Dragon will be able to kill my little prince, but at the cost of him just, you know, wiggling away against our giant with that Electro Dragon floating high in the sky, but just not really stunning anything. It's terrible when you don't have damage per second and then the Dagger Duchess is depleted of daggers and you're just trying to find some source of defense, and that's what happened to him. I wonder if we can go in for an aggressive play like a bomber here because it should splash through the Golem and onto the Night Witch, and that would give us a gigantic lead. If that can just kill the Night Witch, then we can arrows it. Yeah, that's beautiful. But now, I believe that it's better for us to go for Little Prince, possibly just pop the ability, knock everything back, and even though we have nothing for these evolved bats, I think we can just psych an evolved knight and say that it's good. He's definitely going to go arrows. Wait, what is he doing? Why is he cycling the Electro Dragon there? Out of all the plays, that was the only bad one. That was legitimately the only bad play he could have done. Look at the Little Prince going machine gun mode. That was better than Eminem, guys. He was just vibing. He was on an entirely different level. He was cruising. All right, we're to arrows, and we win this one. I cannot believe how long the Little Prince stayed alive and how fast its attack speed ramped up. When that thing ramped up, it raked us the win and mopped the floor with our opponent. Golem was swept away like fall leaves and was forced to leave the match. All right, we got a game against someone with a Hog Rider banner. You already know we are set up for success because practically everything in our deck is able to remove firecrackers. Wait, no. Dude, come on. It's not Hog Rider Firecracker. It's probably Hog Princess or Log Bait. That seriously sucks. I have arrows. I got Bowler. I have lightning if I really need it. I was so set up to shut down those firecrackers. It's okay. It's going to be a log bait matchup, which is going to be an interesting game. He's going to have Inferno Tower, which we should be able to just lightning our way through, right? I don't want to do that in single elixir. It would be a horrible play. Also, fortunately for us, the Inferno Tower is lower level, so we can lightning and just kill it a little bit quicker. But I mean, the downside is he's got dagger touches, so all of my cards get deleted. So it is what it is. We'll figure out what we can do. I can go for a bowler at the river and maybe knock back the knight a little bit, and then possibly go in for an Evo Bomber and just, you know, knock back his stuff so much that the Evo Bomber just gives us insane value. Wait, look at the Evo Bomber. It's on the tower. Look, it's still going. That's beautiful. And it might snipe the princess too, please, just for the one time. Oh, look at that bomber bounce. That was actually insane. I can't believe that it gave us that much value for 2 elixir. It sniped everything. I think he's just dead. He's done. He's dumpstered. He's donezo. And that's the reason we like this deck. The punishing potential that you have when you have splash damage to clean up cards so the prince can actually make meaningful targets. This guy got annihilated in the span of 1:36 seconds. And yeah, it's just over, right? There's really not much else he can do. We're easily going to be able to go Evo Bomber or Bowler behind our tower, and it cleans out the Goblin Barrel. So if you guys don't have arrows in cycle, just drop your Bowler or Evolve Bomber behind your tower, and you shut down the Goblin Barrel. They do no damage for the rest of the match. Now we get to show the defense with the Evolve Bomber against the Goblin Barrel. Look how we take 0 damage. The only damage we took was from the poison. And with 30 seconds remaining, or 20 seconds remaining now, it's all but over. And we're able to show the final counter with arrows. We had the trifecta of answers for this guy, and he had no answer to our Evolve Bomber. When you take a massive pause elixir trade at the start of the match and have a prince charging and a bowler rolling, nothing can stop you from taking the tower. When you score a 3-pointer blasting down bait and single elixir, your opponent won't have enough elixir to counter your prince. When the charging prince connects, you'll be in